Hi BookTube, my name is Juan. I am just one reader, and this is going to be a sort of hybrid kind of video. It's going to be a mix between a currently reading update, a book haul, and also a celebratory festive kind of video. Basically, I just celebrated my birthday yesterday, and I received a few books in the mail, some of which I want to read right away because I have been eagerly anticipating reading them, and I have been looking forward to their arrival in the mail, and they just came here literally yesterday on the day of my actual birthday. So that was a very fortunate coincidence, and I can't wait to read them. So again, this is going to be like a book haul, but also a currently reading, like a Friday reads or Saturday reads kind of video. So just bear with me, because also probably because it was my birthday and I feel so joyful and festive, I might burst into song, but maybe at the end of the video. So let me first tell you about the books that I finished reading this past week, which I didn't really like because I think they both suffered from being overly long, and I think they just suffered from being too meandering and in their execution. I think the ideas were good, but the execution was not to my liking. So the first one is The Disappearance of Stephanie Meyer by Joel Dicker or Joel Dicker. He's a Swiss author. He's the super popular author of The Truth About the Harry Caber Affair. And this I tried to read, and I really wanted to love it because he's an author that I have previously adored. But this book is probably the worst book that I have read so far this year. It was absolutely atrocious. It was unspeakably, unfathomably bad. It was so bad and disappointing. I had to give it 2 stars just because it was a complete waste of my time. It was not redeemable in any possible way. Very bad mystery, very bad writing, and 650 plus pages of this was ridiculously boring, and no, I really hated that book, and I made a video talking about that more specifically, but it's in Spanish. Then, talking about Spanish, I read Patria, which is a Spanish phenomenon of the publishing industry in Spain. This is Patria. In English, you can find it as Homeland or Fatherland, I think. I'm not sure. I think it's Homeland. But anyway, this book, Patria, is written by Fernando Aramburu, and it is such a huge best-selling publishing phenomenon in Spain and in Spanish-speaking countries such as my own Mexico. So I had heard people raving about this novel. It received many awards and many wonderful reviews, both from critics and from regular readers, such as myself, so I really thought I would love this. In the end, I didn't. I gave this book 2 stars. I didn't like the execution, especially from the halfway point onward. Um, I just I started to feel incredibly bored, and I started to feel like maybe this book was great in terms of its premise and its subject matter, but not really the execution. So this book is about Spain and some of its recent history, which is very sad and very intense. It deals with terrorism, with this group called ETA, who were these nationalist, terrorist, crazy people, and the conflict in this particular place in Spain, the Basque country, which is actually where my family is from. One of my last names is from that place of Spain. And this book was very, very good at the beginning. I was really into it. I was really loving to get to know these events that really happened and that I know were really, really horrible and really impactful for many people and many generations. I really liked getting to know this place in Spain, Euskadi, and how these people talk. They have a particular language that they use, which is super interesting. Um, so I really liked the cultural aspect of this novel. However, the novel itself started to feel a little repetitive and meandering and pointless, and I was really struggling to find something to latch onto in terms of the characters, the narration. The writing is very good. I think the writing is, in terms of its structure on a sentence to sentence level, very good. But I just didn't really care for the story anymore. So again, I thought this was pointlessly long, and by the end, I was really, really dreading picking it up, and it was not a good experience in the end. But I feel very conflicted about it because it is a very important read. Um, Now, what I am currently reading right now is absolutely delightful. Lethal White, which is uh, the fourth installment in the Cormoran Strike series by J.K. Rowling under the pseudonym of Robert Galbraith. I love J.K. Rowling so much. I absolutely adore her. Of course, I love the Harry Potter books. Everybody should. I even love the books that many people don't like from her, like The Casual Vacancy. I really like that book. Maybe I should reread it and reconsider it now that I am a more mature reader than I was back then when I read it. But I remember really enjoying that and finding it very interesting and complex. I really like the rest of the books that she has put out, except Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. I really don't count that as a J.K. Rowling book at all. But so the Cormoran Strike series is a series that she's been writing as a sort of loving project for herself. She really likes writing these mysteries. And some of them are better than others, certainly. I really like the first one, The Cuckoo's Calling. The second one I didn't like very much, The Silkworm. And then the third one, Career of Evil, I enjoyed it, but I don't really remember that much about it. So now I picked up the fourth one, Lethal White, and I have to say this is amazing. I am only like 100 pages in, and I can't stop reading. It's so interesting. The mystery itself is only starting to unfold, so I can't really speak about that because it's just starting to unfold, literally. But these characters, I just love the way that she does characters and dialogue and drama and conversations and all of these different interactions between these characters. And really, I think J.K. Rowling is a spectacular storyteller. Sometimes I feel like she might be abusing some of her uh, adjectives and adverbs. I feel like she tries to sound very mature as a writer. So maybe she wants people not to see her as the Harry Potter author anymore. Um, or not exclusively the Harry Potter author. So she's trying a little bit too hard to be verbose with her writing, and that can sometimes detract and take away from some of the purity of the experience. But that being said, I really like her as a storyteller, and this is so delightful, and I can't wait to see where this goes. So, this is what I started reading yesterday on my birthday. What a great way to spend my birthday reading J.K. Rowling. And then I received 3 books on the mail that I want to show you and share with you. I just needed some coffee there. So I got Mordew by Alex Feby or Phoebe. I think it's Alex Feby. This book is one of the prettiest books that I own currently in my entire library. This book is so gorgeous. It's a small, compact hardback with this beautiful dust jacket with a lovely grim dark somber looking design. This was featured in Eric's channel from Lonesome Reader. He started to talk really well about this book, and I decided I needed to order a copy. This copy was very expensive because I had to get it from the UK. So it took about a month and a half to get here, and it was quite expensive. But just the book as a physical object itself is so worth it. So this is a fantasy novel which deals with death. It's about a boy, and there's this place called I don't know. I really don't know what this book is. It just sounded amazing. There's this master who rules this place, and then there's um, the corpse of God himself who is dead, and his corpse is in some catacombs. I really don't know what this book is about, but it sounded right up my alley, and yeah, it's really beautiful to look at. Then I also got the new installment, the fifth installment in the Robert Galbraith J.K. Rowling series, Cormoran Strike series, and this is the fifth book, Troubled Blood, which just came out. This is super brand new, just fresh out of the oven. And oh my god, this book is so long. It's almost 1,000 pages long. So this is like J.K. Rowling going all the way, 927 pages. This book is so heavy, I could kill a dog or a cat or an infant or maybe a pigeon. What could I kill with this book? I'm doing my crazy eyes because this book is about a serial killer. I think it's based on a real historical case, but of course it's fictionalized. This book is supposed to be epic. The reviews that have come out for this particular book are really great. This is the book that some crazy people thought was transphobic, and J.K. Rowling got into a lot of trouble because of some things that she said. But people say that people who actually have read this book, the ones that I have read, whose opinions I read, say that this book is absolutely incredible, not transphobic at all, and incredibly interesting and worth your while. So, of course, I am dying to read that. And finally, I received my copy of Royal Assassin by Robin Hobb. This is the sequel to Assassin's Apprentice, and I really want to continue reading this old-fashioned feeling fantasy trilogy that I really got into when I read the first book. This is the Farseer trilogy, book 2, and it's a beautiful cover with some metallic here, and it's just beautiful. So that is probably what I will be reading at the end of October, or probably at the beginning of November. November, Gunpowder Fiction and Plot. What was that movie like? I don't really remember. I think it was a good movie. V for Vendetta. Well, anyway, so Royal Assassin, that's what I will be reading when I finish reading all the rest of what I am currently reading. So I will be reading Lethal White. Then I will probably read Royal Assassin or Mordew. Then I will go to Troubled Blood, and then I will read the other book, either Mordew or Royal Assassin. So anyway, that was my video for my birthday reading, I guess I can call it. Thanks for watching.